All right, Sky Squad, we are back in the building and we got to talk about this Real Housewives of Potomac reunion seating chart that was just released. So, man, we got a couple of shakeups here and we need to dissect it, okay? We need to dissect it. Before we get into that, make sure you guys smash that like button because it does help the engagement, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. With that being said, maybe let's get into this seating chart that was totally unexpected. All right. So look, I wasn't even actually going to do a video on the seating chart because I expected it to be the same as it usually is in seasons past, right? You were going to have Giselle sitting on one side and you were going to have Karen sitting on the other side of Andy. And much to my surprise and pleasure, we actually see that it is Karen and Mia who have the first seats. Now, this is very interesting to me. Very, very interesting. I'm not surprised that we have an OG seated next to Andy because I feel like they just like to respect the OGs on a lot of these franchises, and they will always most likely put one of those ladies in that seat for as long as the two of them are on that show. It's just shocking to me that it is Karen and not Giselle who is getting the seat next to Andy, as per usual. That has been 7 seasons of Giselle having that seat. And so it is going to be fascinating to watch the reunion with her not having that first seat. In my mind, I got to go ahead and be honest with y'all. I wonder if this is sort of like a little kick in the behind for Giselle. Kind of like, you know what? You ain't really give this season like that to warrant getting that first chair again. You are really not alone in this, but the seeds of dissension, I just kind of feel like with, you know, Karen and not Karen, but Giselle and Candace and Wendy, and it's just that whole thing with the refusal to move forward. Really, honestly, on either side it seems, but I would mostly say probably on behalf of Candace and Giselle, mostly because I do feel like Wendy could potentially be a team player, but you know, then we also have the failure to move forward with Wendy and Aneka. And I think for Wendy, that could be, again, mostly because you talked about my mom. At this point, you've called my mom something that is very, you know, sensitive for a lot of people in general, but not only in general, but culturally. So I think that I don't know what we're going to do about that, but here we are. So let's discuss the rest. Mia to me is a shock. I'm actually pretty shocked that they gave her first chair. I'm not well, yeah, I'm shocked. I got to be honest with you. I'm really really shocked. Interestingly, they didn't give it to Robin because I would think that with Robin having such an explosive season and being involved in so much of the drama, that they would have put maybe her and Karen on opposing sides. But it also tells me something that, dang, we looking at Robin getting the third chair. So even what she did, I mean, it still not enough to snag anything a little closer. Like she ain't really ever been first chair ever. So anyway, and we have Aneka sitting beside Robin, which I mean, it's fair. You know, Aneka and Robin do seem like they are pretty close. Aneka is the new girl on the block, so it makes sense to me that she would be on the end because I think it's appropriate. It's sort of like the freshman seating. Um, And again, for a lot of people, the seating won't mean much to them, but in reality, we do know that there are some signifiers when it comes to the reunion, and it's usually Andy will say it's usually about who had the most drama, but usually it's a level of respect for the OGs to have that first chair next to him. And it just is what it is. All right, so let's look at the other side with Mia getting the first chair. Obviously, that tells me that something in Mia's storyline, obviously with this whole divorce coming into play and the new man, I'm assuming a lot more of that will come into play in the next few episodes, which is why she got that first chair. Um, you have Candace sitting next to her. Candace and Wendy are sitting beside each other, which, makes a lot of sense to me. You've got two besties over here, and then you've got the two besties with Giselle and Robin. So that looks like an equitable sort of situation here. But the kicker is for me that you have also Ashley down there at the end. The Fox Force 4 are not necessary. Well, I guess you have one of the Fox Force members at the beginning. You have Mia, but the rest of the Fox Force seems to be split around the map, with Ashley taking up the rear position. I just wonder if what we're seeing here is a little bit of a changing of the guard. It seems to be a very big shakeup in my eyes when it comes to the seating, at least. And I wonder how things will shake out today in the reunion in general. Um, yeah, yeah. So a little bit of extra tea that we can sort of dive into right now.
Hey y'all, in the car to the Potomac reunion, here's a little secret. We're shooting the reunion in the same building as the Sherry Shepherd show, where Vice President Harris is appearing today. Okay. So everyone had to get there super early, because we're all gonna kind of be locked down in there. So the good news about that is that maybe we'll be done early, maybe, but we have a lot to cover. So
is there really a lot
updated? To cover? But the block is on lockdown. So God bless the Housewives of Potomac, who had to get in at like 5 this morning. I have a little later call because what can you do with this? Nothing.
I see Andy's in that black and white.
I mean, not for nothing, but I'm just sitting here and Giselle Bryant is doing a full photo shoot behind me. I mean, this is the day. Giselle.
I have the whole place to myself.
I know you do. It's just me and Giselle waiting for everybody. I mean, that's what's happening.
But that's every year.
Every year it actually.
What do you guys think that the color scheme is going to be for this year? Interesting. Just to take things back over here real quick, I want to know what you guys think about this seating chart. Do you guys think that it really means that we could potentially be looking at more of a shakeup than we maybe had thought that we would get in the next coming season? Are you even excited about the reunion? A part of me, as I did yesterday, the review, was it yesterday? The other day, I can't even remember which day it is, but I was thinking like they don't even need to do a reunion at this point. We could just sort of wrap this season up and we can start fresh with something else once they figure out, a way to make this cast move forward and to give us something different and refreshing for the next season. Because I do feel like I'm not demanding a recast, but I do think that shaking up the energy could be exactly what the doctor ordered for this show. So there you guys have it. The reunion tea is here. Let me know your thoughts down in the chatterization down below. I want to hear your thoughts on who you think is going to be the best dressed, the worst dressed. I am here for it all. Also, I did join the Bravo We're Black podcast with my peoples from the Bravo Wild Black Instagram and YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for that. I will place a link in the description if I can find it. All right. With that being said, that's all we got for you guys for right now, and I will catch you in the next video.
So, Desiree Davenport, what are you hoping to accomplish with this show?
Honestly, I've lost everything in the most horrible way possible. And listen, I want it all back. I'm willing to build it piece by piece, and I mean brick by brick.
Oh, honey, she is done. I bet you a Birkin she doesn't last all season with us. Just watch.
I'm Misha Hill, and I'd like to consider myself the matriarch of this dynamic group of ladies. I mean, someone has to keep them under control.
I'm Davita Delaney.
I mean, I think I could teach these ladies a thing or two about how to get and keep a good man.
They said she was a gold digger. She ain't that for me. I'm just really looking forward to being surrounded by other empowering bosses.
Yes, I know exactly what she's doing. And if she keep playing in my face, I'm gonna have to let her all her dirty little secrets just like she did to me. And I'm not playing.
Let's get this straight. If I brought you into this circle, I just as easily can take you out. She ain't running nothing over here, okay? She needs to be worried about running that household and worried about why that husband of hers is never at home.
Oh, hell.
Ooh, child, this is about to be a mess.
Oh my God, I hate mess. What in the world did I get myself into?